Today I'm going to show you how to make cinnamon rolls. The first thing you need to do is get out 3 eggs. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Get out 3 eggs, let them sit out for, I would say, at least an hour, because they need to get to room temperature, because you're going to be adding them with some warm liquid. The milk is going to be warm, the milk mixture, as well as the yeast. And so you don't want them to cook when you add those items to the eggs. So the first thing you want to do when you're going to make cinnamon rolls is get out 3 eggs. Okay, let them just sit there. The next thing you're going to want to do is eat breakfast. This morning I ate some cinnamon rolls that I had made. Oh my goodness. I ate some cinnamon rolls. So whatever you want to eat breakfast, because you're going to be at this for about 6 hours straight. And so you're going to need to have enough energy to do that. I recommend starting at 8:30 or 9 in the morning, because that way you are not working all the way till 6 or 8 at night, and you're not stressing about dinner or whatever else you've got going on that evening. So eat some breakfast. Okay. The next thing you're going to want to do is get a glass of water. Okay? You're going to want to keep yourself hydrated while you're making cinnamon rolls. Okay. Okay, I'll put these over there too. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to make a mixture of a 1/2 cup of butter, 3/4 of a cup of milk, a 1/2 cup of sugar, and 1 1/4 teaspoons of salt. So you put that all in a saucepan on the stove, and you stir, stir, stir on the stove until it is till the butter is all melted. When the butter starts to melt, that's when you can just take it off the burner and kind of let it sit. If it sits for 5 minutes and the butter's still not melted, I guess you might want to stick it back on the burner, but keep it on low. And just when the butter starts melting, well, after it started melting for a couple minutes, I guess you want it to melt a little bit, but then it'll be ready to take off the stove. Okay, so there's that. That's the first thing you do, and then you have your pot and you have it just sitting, and then you move on to your next step. And your next step is you are going to take some water that is 105 degrees, okay, which I measure out with my handy dandy tester here, thermometer. And so get yourself some water at 105 degrees and then measure out 1/3 of a cup. My finger's out of the way. So anyway, measure out 1/3 of a cup of 105 degree water, okay? Then put that in a bowl that is heated. If it's metal like this, then, and this is what I keep it in. I don't transfer it to mix the, I'm going to mix everything in this bowl, and so put that little bitty 1/3 of a cup of water into your heated bowl, which in order to heat it, first I heat it up by just running some warm water inside and outside, and then dump it out. Okay, and then your bowl is heated and it's not going to be cold. And then you put in your, all you need is 1/3 of a cup of water, and then you're going to put in 4½ teaspoons of active dry yeast into your 105 degree water. Okay, and then take yourself a little spatula and just mix it up. And mix it up just really, really well. It's gonna be a little lumpy, and so you're gonna wanna get all those lumps out. But mix it until it's all dissolved, all the yeast is dissolved in there. And then what I do is I cover it with a, I cover the bowl with a plate. And that kind of keeps the heat inside there. All right? Okay, so the next thing you do is you crack your 3 eggs into a bowl, which I've done, and I'm going to move these over because I don't need them right now. And so anyway, you take your cracked 3 eggs and you beat them up really good. I beat them really, really, really good with a fork. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, since I have already done all of this before, I'm going to move all my stuff over there. Okay, so take the top off of this, and the yeast and the water is in there, and it's all fluffy, okay? And it's ready to go. And so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add, this is a little, let's see, the butter, it's been sitting for a while. I guess it's still okay. I think it's still melted. But anyway, I cannot see what I'm showing you, but this is the milk, sugar, butter, salt mixture, and I'm going to add that slowly into my yeast mixture. Drink it down a little stir. Okay, I'm going to add that. Just add it like that. Okay. Once you've got that added, then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to add your eggs. And let's see, just checking my recipe to make sure I'm doing this right. Da-da-dee-da-dee, yada yada. Okay. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is add the eggs, give them a little more stir. I guess you can see me. Move my flour out of the way, so it seems to be in the way. Okay. So I add my lukewarm eggs that have been sitting out for a while now. They're room temperature. Just add those in. Okay. And I will stir this around like that. And that's my mixture. Stir it up a little bit. Okay. And then what you're going to do is, what I did is, I'm going to sit down and talk. I measured out 5 cups of flour. So first you measure out that. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in. So you measure out the 5 cups flour and you put all of it in all at once without getting it all over the table. I'm going to use a little helper here, get it in there. And I love this bowl here. It's light, it's plastic, it's not glass, and you know, you can hold it like that without worrying. So I recommend a plastic bowl. It's great. Okay, so that's my 5 cups of flour. And you also measure out, or I do, I measure out another 1.5 cups. So this is 1/2 cup, another 1/2 cup, and another 1/2 cup. And what you're going to do is, I'm not going to do it now, I'm going to stop this video in just a minute and I'm going to mix it up. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to mix up the flour that I have in here. Okay, so I'll mix that up with the dough hook, and let me just show you my dough hook. So this is my dough hook, and so I'll attach that and I'll mix the 5 cups of flour for 2 minutes, okay? After that 2 minutes, then I'm going to keep it on a low speed, like 2, and I'm going to add 1/2 cup of flour at a time. So I'll add this 1/2 cup, let it go, da-da-da-dee, and then I'll add my second 1/2 cup during that 2 minutes, and it should start pulling away from the edges of this bowl. And I set my timer for 12 minutes. Just a second. That means I have 3 minutes to wrap this video up because I don't want to make it more than 15 minutes. Okay, so at the point where you've added these 2 cups of flour, and hopefully it'll be starting pulling away from the sides of the bowl. If it still looks wet and it's moving too quickly when it sits, then you need some more flour. So add this slowly until it firms up and it's not as shiny anymore. The dough is not shiny. So, and then once you've got it, once you've mixed it up that second 2 minutes and it's starting to pull away from the bowl and it's not shiny anymore, then mix it 2 more minutes and then you're done. So I'm going to stop my video, do that, and then I'll make another video from there. Okay.